Hey friend, a busy executive deep in a chaotic workday, fully reliant on his trusty BlackBerry to keep everything under control. Emails flood in instantly, and the pressure lifts as he types back with focus and quiet relief. He leans back with a smile, knowing this little device just saved his day, while his team watches in admiration. In the boardroom, everyone is glued to their BlackBerries, typing away together. This was the tool that kept the entire business world connected. But something new is quietly appearing in the corner, and you catch the first flicker of worry on their faces. Let's go back to the beginning. In 1984, two young engineers, Mike Lazaridis and Doug Freegan, worked in a tiny workshop in Waterloo, Canada, dreaming of wireless magic. They tinkered late into the night on their first modem prototypes, hearts filled with hope that they could change how people stay connected. They held up their first working device with pride. This small Canadian company had taken its first real step. They shook hands under the new RIM sign, believing deeply in their vision despite the long road ahead. Early modems were packed and shipped as their startup slowly turned dreams into reality. Mike worked alone at night, building the first pager with a keyboard, determined to make wireless email work. Doug joined him, and together they tested the prototype, sending messages back and forth with growing excitement. They named it BlackBerry and held up the finished device the moment everything started to feel possible. The small team gathered around it, sensing they were onto something special. Mike packed the first BlackBerries for customers, both founders watching with nervous pride. But the road was tough. Late nights brought failed attempts and endless technical problems. Money ran tight. Bills piled up. And they wondered if the company could survive another month. Still, they refused to quit. They kept adjusting every tiny part, pushing through exhaustion and skepticism from others. Mike pointed to the BlackBerry with quiet confidence. When another test failed, he rubbed his forehead in frustration, but the spark of determination never left his eyes. Doug reassured him, and they turned back to the prototype with renewed hope. Jim Balsillie joined them, and the three pushed forward through the hardest times. Finally, a successful test message appeared. Mike's face lit up. They had cracked the code. The team celebrated that small victory with claps and hugs. In 1999, the first official BlackBerry launched. Mike proudly demonstrated instant push email, and business people experienced pure joy as messages arrived instantly. Orders poured in, and the founders watched in amazement as their company took off. Users nicknamed it Crackberry because they couldn't put it down. Then in 2007, Steve Jobs unveiled the iPhone. Mike and Doug watched with skepticism, convinced their keyboard device would always win. They tested the Storm touchscreen, but the results disappointed them, and tension began to build. BlackBerries remained the choice for executives, celebrities, and even the President of the United States, a true global status symbol. The company expanded rapidly, riding incredible demand, and it felt unstoppable. But Android and iPhone started appearing more often. The Playbook tablet launch struggled, bringing the first real disappointment. Mike and Jim studied declining charts with growing worry. Layoffs began, empty desks appeared, and concern replaced earlier confidence. The company rebranded, and Mike stepped back as the once mighty empire faced painful transformation. Today, BlackBerry focuses on cybersecurity and software, quietly powering modern technology in critical systems. Their QNX software now runs in cars and important infrastructure, showing how the company found new life. Mike looks back at the old prototypes with a mix of pride and sadness, remembering the long journey. Young innovators still pause to admire the original BlackBerry, inspired by the legacy it left behind.